Evening, Facebook. It's 7:01 p.m. on Thursday. I don't know the fucking date because I'm fucking roasted from doing legs and 25 minutes HIIT cardio. But I'm driving home from the gym and I was thinking about racism. Racism is one of those things that's always made me laugh. And I'll tell you why. My first exposure to racism was when I was a little kid. My stepfather, who's a piece of shit, by the way, went around. There was an accident, and there was like 3 or 4 cars backed up, and my stepfather drove around the 3 or 4 cars that were behind the accident. And as he did, I was a little kid, and somebody yelled out the window, "You fucking nigger!" It wasn't the words that got me as a child. It was the feeling of the intention, like the hate and the negativity that was behind it. And I didn't understand it when I was younger. So as I got older, of course, being coming from a mixed background, a multicultural background. So for those who don't know, my father is African American, black. I don't say African American because we're fucking Americans. But anyway, he's black. My father's lineage, four generations ago, they were slaves, hence the last name James. Those must have been our owners down in Mississippi, in Hinds County, Mississippi. That's where my father's family's from. And then my mother's family her maiden name is Bowden. That's the French Huguenots, the royal family of the French. And my mom is white, Irish, Native American, and black. But she looks white. She has straight hair, green eyes, and whatever. So that's my makeup. Now, of course, my children, with my wife being half Korean, or half Korean and half me. So as a child, racism was always a weird thing to me. You know, when I grew up, I was growing up in the ghetto in Section 8 housing because my mom was on welfare after my father was murdered and went crazy, and we were living in bad conditions. You can't help what you're attracted to as a kid, but it's funny how people and race always tries to define what you can like, what you can't like, what you can eat, what you can do. It's just funny, and I'll tell you guys the story of it. So my grandfather gave me this radio, and he gave me a Michael Jackson Thriller album when I went up to visit him in New York. I came back and I was playing Billy Joel and Michael Jackson in the hood, in the ghetto. And the kids gave me a hard time. They were like, "Don't listen to that. Here, let's listen to this Grandmaster Flash and this Fat Boys and this and that." And I was like, "Sure, whatever tapes you guys want to listen to, we can listen. But hold on, let's finish this Billy Joel and this Michael Jackson." They're like, "Oh, you like that white people stuff." And I was like, "What does that mean? I don't even understand what that means." So the ghetto kids that lived in the ghetto, had resided in the ghetto all their lives, along with me, who was in the ghetto too. The difference was that my mom took the time to make sure when I was homeschooled as a kid that I could speak properly, so there was no ebonics or ghetto talk. So the kids always told me that I talked like I was white and I talked funny. Again, as a child, you don't know what that means. But as the progression, as I got older, it was just funny because I remember when growing up in Fairfax with my brother Bobby Scruggs, he introduced me to Metallica in 1986, and that's when I became a metalhead. Master of Puppets. I listened to that fucking tape till the words came off the tape, just over and back and forth until I knew every word. And after Metallica, then I found Slayer, then Anthrax, then it was just over, dude. The veil had been lifted and I was a metalhead, and I loved heavy metal. And what was the first thing that the kids in the neighborhood said? "You're black, you listen to heavy metal?" That's what the white kids said. What did the black kids say? "You're black, you listen to heavy metal?" So I'm like, what the fuck? It's awesome. Why can't I just be Baraka and listen to fucking heavy metal? It's like people always want to put you in a category. If they can't assign a label or a category to you, then you become either a thing of fear, an Uncle Tom, you're rejected, a sellout, all these things. So continues. I've had to deal with this all my life being a mixed kid because I walk my own line. I'm a fucking rebel. I buck the system. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. And I'm going to like what I like, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I do not conform to that bullshit. I do what Baraka James wants and nothing else. So as a result, people will either love me or hate me as a result of it. So it's just so funny because you hear that shit. I'm 44 years old and I still hear it. "You're black and you like to hunt?" And here's the thing. If you guys know anything about the history of America, they used to have a 1-drop blood rule. So people like Barack Obama, who's half black and half white, he was automatically considered black. But then guys like the actor from Prison Break, the main character, you wouldn't know, but he has the exact same mix as me. He's black, white, Native American. Yeah, so guess what? He's technically considered black. Vin Diesel is half black and half Italian. He's considered black. The Rock is half Polynesian and half black. He's considered black. All of these mixed kids are considered that as such because it's what your father is. They still carry that ignorance down south. When I went to visit some of my relatives in Atlanta and I showed them pictures of my family, one of my relatives who's older was like, you would never know that this was a black family. I was like, it's not, it's my family and we're mixed. It's just so funny, dude, how people get hung up on that shit. It's like you're assigned station. Okay, so you're Asian, so you're only gonna drink Crown Royal, drive BMWs, Mercedes, wear couture gear, and you know, here's all these stereotypes to go. You're black, so you eat fried chicken, watermelon, listen to rap and hip hop and jazz, and that's it. You're white, so you do this. Well, let's cut it out. So you're white trash, trailer park trash, so you only listen to country music, do this, this, and that, smoke Marlboro Reds, and do this, and you're uppity, so you only smoke, you know, this, that. Dude, it's so funny how those stereotypes, and my fucking pleasure and my most favorite thing to do was shatter those fucking stereotypes. I love to get a rise out of people, being the fucking rebel that I am. I absolutely love when I would go into, I remember in high school, I went to this biker party, the Pagans over in Pimlico Hills, and some of my metalhead friends. I'm the only quote-unquote black dude there. I walk in that place, chest out, big-ass smile, happy as shit. They're fucking talking. One dude's got a tattoo of a Klansman holding a fucking burning cross on his thing. His name was Art. And I walk up to him because I saw the tattoo, and I was like, hey, dude, what's up, man? How are you doing? Shook his hand, had a beer with him and shit. And the night that dude's singing with me, fucking has his arm around me and shit, he's like, you know, man, I never met a black dude like you, dude. You totally changed my mind about how black dudes are. And I'm like, how the fuck are they? I'm Baraka. I'm just fucking here to party just like you guys. So what the fuck does that mean, dude? It just always made me laugh. Korean community. Every one of my friends knows that I speak, read, write Korean, right? I started taking Korean martial arts in 1999. I took Taekwondo when I was little, and I've been taking Kumdo since 1998. I used to bounce at Korean clubs starting in 1998. I learned how to read. I have a proficiency for languages. I learned how to read Korean in one day, and I can read it, I can speak it like a third grader, and I can understand like 70% of it. So I can speak Korean very well, and I know everything about Korean culture and customs. I grew up watching Japanese cinema, Toshiro Mifune, Akira Kurosawa, all the movies. That's why I became a samurai swordsman and have been doing swordsmanship ever since. So I know Japanese culture inside out. Same with Chinese. I loved Kung Fu flicks, Shaw Brothers, so I learned about Chinese culture. I learned about Hispanic culture. I learned about every culture that I passed. I took Spanish for a couple years. I suck at Spanish. The languages I'm strong at is actually Arabic. I took it for 5 years. I took Korean for a minute. So I know cultures inside and out. When I was a kid and I was searching through religions to see, I was so fascinated by religion. So I went to one of my friends who was Jewish. I went to their temple to see what that was like. I went to one of my friends who was Baptist, a Presbyterian, Lutheran. I went to every kind of fucking church I could. I went to a Zen Buddhist temple and I hung out. And it's so funny how we let such little fucking shit divide us so much. Like, there's so many regular quote unquote Christians that hate us Catholics. Catholics, we accept all Christianity and understand that only God can judge us. But people are like, my friends that are Seventh-day Adventists are like, well, if it's not in the Bible, then, you know, it's, you don't need clergy, you don't need an intermediary. Who gives a fuck, dude? As long as you believe in God, okay? Like that saying goes, dude, just like if you stand in a fucking garage, that doesn't make you a car, just like going to a church doesn't make you a Christian. Well, that fucking is true, dude. For years before I ever went to church, me and God had a relationship since I was a kid. No man, no book can tell me how to talk to God. And people are going to be like, oh, that's fucked up, that's very unchristian. You know what? Fuck you, dude. God knows my heart. God knows my intention. Fuck anyone that tries to tell me how to worship my God, my Jesus, my Lord, who loves me unconditionally, okay? Same with anything else I do in life. I go where the fuck I please. I do what the fuck I want because I'm Baraka and I don't give a fuck about that. Period. And it just made me laugh because people always tried to push me into these little bends. You're black, so why is it that you listen to country music? Why do you like heavy metal? Why do you go to this place? Why do you hunt? Why do you fish? Why do you do this? Why do you have white friends? Why do you have Asian friends? Why do you know how to speak Korean? Why do you like that nasty Asian food? Why do you do this? It's always a question, and it just made me laugh. But when people had a good intent, I didn't mind explaining to them, but I tried to get them to break out of that mold and smash that fucking shit and say, look, Go see the world. Don't pigeon yourself to this little shit that your people in your community have told you, or people in your family have told you. There's a huge, broad world out there to go and see. Why do you think it is that chicks have always loved me since I was a kid? I mean, I dated my ass off. Why? Because I was fucking different. Because I was a rebel and I was unique. I'm a fucking enigma. And the bottom line is, because I don't give a fuck. I want to do what makes me happy. I want to see the world. Open your mind, people. Puritans is what I read about when I was younger, and they were like, well-roundedness. And I was like, that makes sense. Zen Buddhism, yin and yang, whole, balance. Go out and live your fucking life. Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do unless you're breaking the law. Then you're fucked up or you're psycho. But all I'm saying to you is, don't let people hold you back. Try new things. Experiment. Try new foods. Try new... I don't want to get too vulgar because I already got... My friend told me I should amp it down on the sex talk. But you know what? Fuck it. Try new things in the bed with your woman. Try new things, new foods. Go to new restaurants. Try Indian food. Try fucking... I know a lot about Indian culture. I worked with a lot of Indians, and their food is fucking delicious. Spicy as fuck, but delicious. Same with Vietnamese food. Same with Korean food. Same with Afghan food. Same with Lebanese food. I mean, you gotta open up. There's so many beautiful things in the world, and to close your eyes because of a stupid thing because people are different doesn't... It's just ignorant. It's so stupid. And the only people who get the most heated about racism are the most ignorant, lowest level people. Like the lowest level intelligence, because they have so much hate in the words. Fucking nigger. Okay, you're real mad about that. So, okay, cool. So what do you want to do? Oh, nothing? You just want to yell at me? Oh, you didn't get a rise out of me? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin your day? Woo, you called me a name. I'm going to call the police. You ruined my day. Then you're happy and you're jovial and you got your... Dude, come on. If you're weak enough that a word can fucking bother you, bro, you're weak sauce. Just like all this shit going on with people taking down the Confederate flags and all the Confederate history. You know what? That's a part of our fucking history, okay? Black people were slaves. Yes, they were abused, and all this shit happened in history. Who gives a fuck? Going forward is what matters. Stop fucking crying about the past. You know what they say about history? If you don't fucking learn from it, you're destined to repeat it. Tearing it away and taking it away doesn't make it not happen, okay? It's fucking stupid, guys. Stop getting hung up on dumb shit. Just like everyone's trying to say, oh, if you're anti-Islamic terrorist, you're anti-everybody in the Middle East and every fucking person. You know how many Islamic countries there are in the world? Islam is the biggest religion there is. There are plenty of people out there that come from Islamic countries that are not Muslim, that are Christian. And you cannot crucify them all. Just like these dumbasses going out here attacking the fucking Sikhs, the warrior classes of the Indian culture, thinking that they're fucking some kind of, dude, just stop the ignorance, dude. Use your motherfucking brain and understand and realize and open your eyes. People are people. Judge them on an individual basis. All my life, I've been judged. Snap judgments. Why? I got a bald head. I got tattoos. I don't smile a lot when I don't know a motherfucker. So he must be mean. He must be a bad dude. He must be blah, blah, blah. I remember I had a young rookie cop pull me over one time, and he saw my tattoos back in high school, and he was like, "You in a gang?" And I laughed my ass off. I was like, "Officer, why would you think that I was in a gang?" And I was talking just like this. He's like, "Well, you got tattoos." I said, "Where are you from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Southern Virginia." I said, "You didn't get out much when you were a kid, did you?" And he's like, "Well, what's that supposed to mean?" Like that. And I was like, dude, tattoos are a form of expression in art. Not people who are not in gangs have tattoos too. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And by being cool, the guy opened them up to some, and we were buddy-buddy after that. It was fucking awesome. Don't get offended. If I had taken that the wrong way and gotten offended, I would have not only gotten a ticket, but also that dude would have just reinforced the negative stereotype he had in his head about me. So, like I said, guys, come on. Stop the madness. Be fucking awesome. Give people a chance. Help people where you can. Smile. Be fucking cordial. Be polite. And live your fucking life. Don't find excuses to be miserable. Find excuses to be happy. To be smiling. To fucking have a good day. Don't assassinate your own happiness and assassinate other people's happiness. People are out here in the world. You have opportunities to meet good people. You don't have to always interact with them. But be respectful. Treat people how you want to be treated. The fucking golden rule is some real shit, and it worked, and it's awesome. You never know when you're running that person again. And you know what? You might make or break that person's day. All right, my rant and tangent's over. You guys have a good day. Thank you so much for my friends coming and chiming in tonight. You guys have an awesome fucking day. Please be safe. Please be strong. Be positive. And be good to each other, man. Because you know what? We're here today. We could be gone tomorrow. Don't let the last words or the last things that you did be negative, because that's how you're going to be fucking remembered. Be good, man. Be good to each other. It takes a strong person to be good and fucking positive. It takes weakness. Weakness are people who want to walk around with scowls and ugly faces and all that shit. That doesn't make you hard. It makes you a bitch in my book. And you know what? Anyone that walks around with a scowl and thinks that they're hard and all that other shit and thinks that that's the tough guy way to go, you know what it is? It makes you a bitch because you can't fucking man up enough to put a smile on your face. Do you think that if you smile, that makes you weak? Do you really believe that shit? Come on, dude. Smiling does not make you weak. Smiling and being stoic doesn't make you strong. Who wants to walk around in life being fucking miserable with a scowl on their face all the time? I did it for years because I was fucking unhappy and I was miserable. That's why. You know why I smile all the time? Because I find a reason to be fucking happy every day. I don't let shit get me down because I fight through negativity. I do not find an excuse to be sad, mad, upset. I find reasons to be happy. And if I feel that ignorant, negative shit coming on, I fight through that shit and I fucking knock it the fuck out and I keep on pushing forward. Right? It's not hard, guys. Don't let shit get you down. Don't be weak. Life is motherfucking 90% of how you react to it and 10% of what happens to you. Don't be a bitch. Be positive, stay strong, and be fucking positive. That's all I gotta say. All right, guys. God bless you guys. Be safe. Be fucking strong. Be vigilant. And you know what? Tomorrow's promised to no one. Make sure the last impression you have on this fucking earth is a good one, because you have power over that. And don't let anyone ruin that for you. All right, guys. Have a good day. Be safe.